The Vuvuzela and South African football have been associated with each other for almost 10 years now. Nobody quite knows how the Vuvuzela came about or who started the trend, but we do know who makes them and that they're going to be very, very busy during the 2010 FIFA World Cup to meet that expected high demand. Denham Pons reports.
A Zulu translation of Vuvuzela is something that makes noise. Whether this is the actual reason why it is called this is undecided. It is said that the Vuvuzela originates from the African horn, which was used to mark the beginning of battles and the start of celebrations. Over the past few years, the Vuvuzela has become the icon of South African soccer. It's an elongated trumpet-type instrument that needs a lot of lip and lung strength to blow it. The noise that it makes is something like a deep foghorn or an elephant trumpeting. Gegen Sports are the biggest manufacturers of the Vuvuzela and have been in the industry for 9 years.
Well, I'm actually a qualified tool maker and I worked at the plastics factory. And I used to play semi-professional football. And I saw a tin version of the product towards the end of the 1990s. I then, went to speak to my manager in our department, and we started to develop a plastic version of the product to what it is today. I could say that we were pretty instrumental in bringing up the awareness of the product. We created this plastic version of it. I mean, there's talk that it was developed many years ago through the kudu horn, the tin version that I was talking about. But the modern day plastic version, we were quite, at the forefront of bringing it to such prominence.
The South African Football Association fears the Vuvuzela may be used as a weapon, so they are asking manufacturers to reduce the weight of the trumpet from 140 to 100 grams.
Well, we were quite involved in that process in the beginning, and we obviously agreed because from the safety aspects, and to bring a specific standard of quality to the product. And it was important to go through that process. There is a specific size, it's 60 centimeters long. That is the original product was developed for that size to create that unique sound that it creates. And the colors, they're made in all various colors. Our primary colors are the 6 colors in the South African flag, but it could be molded to any color that a client needs. Yeah, look, it's quite simple. What happens is that the raw material gets melted in the machine. There's a tube of plastic that comes down, it's called a parison. The mold then closes, and there's compressed air blown into the mold. The mold then holds that compressed air, and after about 35 to 40 seconds, the product comes out of the mold. And then all excess material is then trimmed from the process.
The Vuvuzela has been attracting interest from countries all over Africa and other parts of the world. But South Africa is without doubt home to the Vuvuzela. Leading up to the 6-week event, Gegen Sports will definitely have its hands full coping with the growing demand.
Well, from now and with the lead up to the 6-week event, we've earmarked to sell about 2 million units. There's been a great response by our neighbors. They've also accepted it as a tool of celebration. The southern African countries, the SADC countries, we've exported to quite a few of our neighbors, as well as into West Africa. We did quite a big job for one of the major brewers in the West African countries. So there's 8 West African countries that we've exported to already. We've exported quite a few units to the European Union, and there's been some interest from the North American countries as well. So it's been quite astounding that it started out in South Africa and now it's spreading all over the world.